Let's welcome on board then Vijay Kedia MD at Kedia Securities, joining in on the show right now. But first, let's get our viewers a glimpse of his latest song, right, Nikunj? Let's start off on a musical note first.
Kedia ji, should we play the song or you want to? Okay.
सोच कर समझ कर इन्वेस्ट कर, रूमर पे टिप पे ना टाइम वेस्ट कर।
सोच कर समझ कर इन्वेस्ट कर, टिप पर इन्वेस्ट मत कर।
रूमर टिप पर टाइम मत वेस्ट कर।
So when people tell me that Vijay Kedia ji ये खरीद रहे हैं वो खरीद रहे हैं, we should not listen to that rumor. We should ask him only, right? That is the essence of the song. Yeah. When Mr. Kedia is on air, you should, rather than all the WhatsApp messages which keeps on going whether Mr. Kedia is buying it or selling it, you should not believe those WhatsApp messages. Wait for him to come on ET Now and ask him that what are you buying and selling. That's the essence of the message of the song.
Or the second message could be that listen to Nikul Dalmia and Aisha Faridi and do whatever
we are in the business of asking questions. जवाब तो आपको देना पड़ेगा.
I am learning from you, bhai.
Okay, 20,000. What's next? 20,000 Nifty में हो गया. What is next now?
Same thing you would have asked me at 10,000 and 5,000. Not 20,000, not 25,000, not 30,000. ये तो karma है दोस्त. So it will keep on going. You remember, maybe I don't have the exact data, but maybe 20 years or 25 years back, where Sensex was at 20,000 something, maybe 20 years back now. Now Nifty is there. So obviously, we can say that Nifty is catching up with Sensex.
Mr. Kedia, ultimately markets will map economy and earnings. Sometimes markets may run ahead and the economy and earnings they catch up. Sometimes earnings they come out and then markets or stock prices they catch up. In this catch up phase or in this phase of sometimes markets they go first, sometimes earnings they follow, sometimes earnings they go up first and markets follow. Where are we right now? At the current juncture, how much of the good news is something what markets are pricing in?
I think all the good news are priced in the market. Okay, it is like mice and cats. Sometimes mice is ahead, sometimes cat is ahead. So it keeps on happening in the, sometimes we are chasing the economy, sometimes economy is chasing stock market or the prices. So I think all the good news, all the good news are there in the market. People know what is going to happen. Now it's not a secret. Okay, maybe 2 years back, maybe 90% people were skeptical. We don't know what is going to happen to the world market, how America is going to deal with the recession and all those things were there. Now I think cards are open. Now everybody is on the same boat, and that is the cause of worry in shorter term. I would say. So I think all the good news are there in price. That does not mean that market is going to fall today or tomorrow. This may continue for 1 month or maybe for 2 months, but of course it is not going to last forever.
But Vijay, the question on everyone's mind is, do you utilize this time to trim your portfolio or do you have that courage to buy afresh even at these levels? And are there any opportunities to buy in the market currently?
I'll tell you, I haven't sold any significant chunk of my shares, maybe little bit, 1-2% or maybe 5% here and there. That also to fulfill some other commitment. Ultimately, money is in the stocks only. So this is what my personal thing is, that I have never been in cash and I lose my sleep when I have cash in the bank. So I am always, kya bolte hai, phokatiya hai ki no money with me. So I am okay with this, but please try to understand that my vision, I am running a marathon. Okay, I am playing a test match. So if you are playing a 5-day test match, your mindset should be different than when you are playing 2020. And the players of test match, 5-day test match, cannot play 2020. They will be totally flop. And the player of 2020 cannot participate in 5-day test match. So my mindset is that whenever I buy any share, I don't have any price target. I don't have any time target. So for me, it does not matter whether 1,000 rupees shares have become 4,000 rupees or it has gone up 5 times, 10 times. As long as the story is intact, there is a quote of mine, chase the story behind the stocks, not money on the table. money will make you rich, but story will make you wealthy. So this is my philosophy. But everybody should not follow. First, know yourself that what is your mindset.
Philosophy called SMILE. So first let's smile and let's use that investment philosophy to understand how are you using the SMILE philosophy right now.
No, same way, the way I was using in 2022, same way I am using today. There is no a difference, a little bit of difference in my approach, in my thinking, or in my action. It is all the same. I don't get excited. Whenever some match is happening, some match is happening, this is the audience who cheers up. No, the players have to keep his mind calm and keep on playing on the pitch. So I'm excited, of course, because M2M is rising. Okay, but that is all right. So I am keeping myself calm. I'm not deviating from any of my principle, whether it's smile or laugh or whatever it is. I'm following the same principle. So this is what I'm doing, Nikunj.
Let's look at your top holdings. You said that you've not sold anything significant. So can I say your top 5 holdings where, and some of them that is in the public domain, Tejas, Atul Auto, Webhub Gems. You think that even though there is mid-cap stocks are trading at a multi-year high, you are convinced about the story or the earnings trajectory in your top 4-5 holdings?
You see, I am biased, okay, because I am holding all these shares. Patel, of course, is a new entrant, new shares. But I usually hold my shares for 5 years or 10 years, as you know. So I am convinced with my story. Maybe in some of the pocket, there is euphoria. Maybe in my shares also, there may be some euphoria. Usually, I don't take advantage of that euphoria, or usually I don't sell unless I need money for some other investments. So as you are talking about Elecon Engineering and whatever name you have said, I must have sold some shares that you will see in the September pattern, shareholding pattern. But to buy some other shares, my philosophy is very clear, Nikunj. I like and I am comfortable when I board a train. Like if we can give an example in Mumbai local, like suppose if the train is starting from Churchgate, I am comfortable if I board the train at Churchgate or maybe at Bombay Central. But I would not like to board a train. Suppose if it is going from Churchgate to Borivali, I would not like to board the train at Andheri or at Kandivali, just to cover the one station. I would let that train go. So keeping that thing in mind, because that gives me a mental, it keeps my mind calm. It gives me a good sleep, So in that process, I might have sold some shares to buy some other shares, which I feel may have started or maybe at the starting point from Churchgate or maybe from Bombay Central. I may go wrong, but this is what I'm doing.
Let's use that train journey example. I used to always ask the late great Rakesh Junwala on his example or train journey. So if this bull market indeed is a train journey, see one day, Mr. Kedia, the bull market will finish. What we need to perhaps understand is that how long this bull market will go on. So if this bull market is a train journey from Churchgate station to Kandivali, where has this bull market reached?
You see, what I'm doing, I'm fearing the train. Okay. My journey, my destination is not Borivali, from Churchgate to Borivali. That is not my destination. Maybe from Borivali, it's like bull market and bear market, one journey. Okay, one phase of life, one phase of the market. But from Borivali, I will see for some other destination. So this is what I am doing. So for me, it is not a Purna Viram. It is not a full stop that I will sell all my shares and I will go back and do something else. This is my life. Okay, so this is my business. One thing I will tell you, Nikunj, I have realized one thing. This concept of bull market and bear market is all rubbish. Okay, I have written a poem also. So if your time will allow, I will recite it. There is no bull market and bear market. Treat it as a business. Tell me one thing, Atul Auto is not expanding, or any company for that matter is not expanding. Keeping your bull market and bear market in mind, yeah. How does it matter? Bull market, bear market is a phase of life. Okay, it's like Diwali to Diwali. Sometimes Holi comes, sometimes Diwali comes. But we keep on going, no? So I think this concept has, in fact, confused the investors. That is why 90% of the new investors comes when there is a there is excitement in the market, or there is a so-called bull market. So that is a wrong concept. If you treat it as a business, then there is no bull market, then there is no bear market, then only stock market.
Hello, Mr. Kedia. Look forward to your next song once we hit the next milestone as well for the equity markets. And Atul Auto, you must be smiling year to year, 60% in the last 1 month or so. But that aside, I just wanted to get in your thoughts because you did say, that it's important to track the story. What about the story behind a Vaibhav Global? What's your outlook given that this too is one of your holdings?
You see, story is very simple. Like Atul Auto has an EV story, which is going to play out, which has started playing out. Stock is expensive. Let me tell you, if you will study the balance sheet and financial numbers, does not support the current price. So I don't want to say anything else. And Vaibhav Global, as you had named, so they are into e-commerce company. Remember 2 years back, what had happened? Platform, or companies were selling at 100 copy, 200 copy, 80 copy, and without any earning also $1 billion evaluation in Nasdaq and 5 billion and 10 billion and all those bullshit was happening in the market now. Now that is euphoria has cooled down, and this is what keep on happening in the market. So these story are e-commerce story. I haven't sold any shares of Vaibhav Global because I think story is yet to play out.
To the SME space. And I'm just referring to two investments you have again in the public domain, Affordable Robotics and Innovator Facade. What do you make of the price action in the SME space? Because suddenly in the SME space, companies are trading at P multiples of 50 plus and they're commanding market caps of 500 to 1000. Is there a issue in the price action in the SME space? Do you think that's more like a euphoric bubble which could prick?
Of course, it's a euphoria, no doubt about it. 100% it is euphoria. It is you can say that FOMO or whatever the terms we use in this market. So people are still fascinated about now penny stock and cheap stock and chota price ka stock. SME also, I think psychologically people treat that SME like a penny stock. I think so. SME is not a penny platform. Let me clarify this thing. I'm not saying that. But maybe that concept people have penny stock and concept. So that is a FOMO actually happening in this market. Valuation is quite high, no doubt about it. And the 50, 60, 70 PU ratio, no way it is going to maintain. Someday this euphoria is going to cool down. I don't know when it is going to happen. Maybe it will happen before Diwali or before December, but before election for sure.
Okay, we are about 50 seconds away from the market open. So maybe a quick answer to this one. When do you decide to sell? You said it is not price, it is not P multiple, it is not valuation. But ultimately a business can run out of its course, and great stocks, great companies also may not give you returns if price valuations become obese. How do you decide to sell or exit?
No, when I find that the story is over, that because like when I'm watching the movie, I don't stand till I'm not there till the last slide is running. So when the story is over, then I will exit the stock, or the perception of the management changes, then I will exit the stock. Otherwise, let me tell you, like some people are biased. So that could be, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. For me, exiting a stock is, I don't know. It's a very difficult thing for me. I get stuck. I can't sell the stock until unless the story has changed. Then I will sell the stock. So this is my answer.
Stay with us. A day after Nifty touched 20,000, well, we are starting with the print of 20,000 plus on the Nifty. I think we'll have to really practice a lot to say 20,000 plus on the Nifty. We've always been using 18,000, 19,000. Now you've got to practice yourself. But yes, 20,000 on the Nifty is a reality. The market breadth, again, picture perfect, if I may use the word. And we've got Adani stocks, railway stocks, defense stocks. I want to look at banks because they did all the heavy lifting yesterday. So let's look at the mid-cap gainers and the mid-cap high flyers. Now that we've established benchmark indices. Railway stocks, one by one. Defense stocks, one by one. That includes HAL, BL, Kochi Shipyard, Mazgaon Shipyard. So railway stocks are just chugging along as if there is just no tomorrow. So markets are off to another great start. 20,000 plus is a reality. And 20,000 plus is something which is now flashing on the ticker and something which got captured yesterday. yesterday as a pure print. But some of the railway, shipyard companies are down just a little bit here and there, but that could be called as minor profit booking. So Mr. Kedia, the most exciting space, I'm not using the word euphoria or bubble. I don't know whether it's euphoria or bubble. I thought railway stocks should have not gone up like this the way they have done, but they've done. I mean, who's to challenge the market? But in your understanding, and this is more like a advice to our viewers, because everybody is excited to own railway, defense and shipping stocks. What should one do now for those who own it?
I don't know what should they do. They should, but generally people, general public should understand what happened in 2022. We discussed just now about this platform stocks. I think same kind of euphoria is happening in this PSUs stocks. Now PSUs is just buzzword, So every time people come in this market with a new theme, with a new dress and new concept, and ultimately that concept lasts for maybe 6 months or 1 year, or maybe 2 years sometime, and then they fizzle out. I'm not saying the story in those stocks are over. The story may play out maybe for a decade or so, but valuation is too high and there is euphoria in this market. I will not buy those shares. And this is what I can say.
Just curious then to get in your take as well, Vijay, as to what the outlook is when it comes to, the broader markets. Yes, you did discuss that a lot of good news does seem to be baked in, and that we are catching up when it comes to the Nifty. But from the March lows, there's been something like a 40% rally that we've seen for the mid and the small caps. Do you think that now the valuations here are looking a little bit stretched?
Maybe in some pockets, because whenever we are talking about mid and small cap, that means we are talking about 5,000 shares, 95% shares we are talking about. So there is no, one observation for all the sector. There are many stocks in mid caps could be, which are yet still cheap compared to, other mid cap shares. So that is the key thing in this market, to identify a diamond amongst coal. That is the process. That is the education. That is the research in this market. But overall, if you ask me, I would say that this mid cap and small caps are, of course, are not very cheap. One has to be very cautious. One has to be very careful. There are times when one has to be fearful. There are times one has to be careful. So I think this is a time, and when there is time when you are cheerful. So, of course, we are going through a cheerful phase, but of course, after cheer, there is fear.
Right, Mr. Kedia, lovely having you on board. Thank you so much for not only sharing your market gyan, but also serenading us on ET Now. Always good to connect with you.